And by the way, it is not just this government which is selling or offloading shares. It's actually not even sale. It's offloading shares. It's only Uhuru Kenyatta who did not offload shares in Safaricom. Moi did 40%. Kibaki did 25%. We are only doing 15%. Why this noise about 15%? Why didn't you make noise when Kibaki was releasing 25%? Or is it because of ethnicity? What is the justification? 240 billion. How much dividend are we getting out of 15 billion today? Out of 15 billion today, we would be getting about 6 billion shillings. Divide 240 by 6. 40 years. It will take us 40 years to get, if we retain the 15% and get dividends. That dividend, if we get the 240, that 240, we will take 40 years. So you want to refuse money today because you want to earn the same money for 40 years. Will you be alive? You have not even factored the time value of money, because 240 billion today is not 240 over the years up to 40 years. So long as where you put that money makes sense. And that is why we are saying that, yes, we have some infrastructure projects which can be commercially viable. Roads we can call, dams which we can use for irrigation, commercial irrigation. We have energy in this country. The reason why we have blackouts all over the place is because Kenya is generating only 3,000 megawatts per year. But our economy should generate no less than 10,000 megawatts. Where are we going to get money to generate more power? Mutahi Wandayi Bure, ati Wandayi anafanya kuna blackout, anatoa power wapi? He cannot manufacture power in Ugunja. He needs to invest money to generate power and transmit it across everywhere in our villages and in our factories. Where does he get that money? He has to come to me. Where do I get the money? If I cannot offload these shares, what do? I will go to IMF, World Bank, to China, to borrow loans expensively. Who will pay it? You and your grandchildren. If I cannot go for loan, I will come for your money. I will come for your salary. I will come for ile pesa unatengeneza ukiuza mboga. But if I can't come for it, allow me to offload some shares. And what we are saying, we are offloading these shares. We get 240 billion and put it in an infrastructure fund. That infrastructure fund is going to crowd in private sector. So what am I saying? Let me just explain it in a minute. If, for example, a road has been costed. Now, let me not give the example of a road. Let me give the example of JKIA. We have the worst airport in the region today. And we are the biggest economy in this region. Number 6 in Africa. The only economies which are bigger than Kenya in Africa is South Africa, Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt, and Morocco. All in, apart from South Africa and Nigeria, North Africa. Kenya is the only economy standing in this region. We have bypassed Ethiopia. Yet we have, what if I was speaking in Kijalu, I would say Kundudo. As airport, leaking. You arrive in Jomo Kenyatta and it is leaking. It's a shame. And it is costing around 260 billion shillings. If, for example, we make 20%, we take from this fund, 20% of that cost, which will be about 50 billion, and invest, and we cost it, and we say this airport will pay itself, because people who are coming in pay money at the airport. Those who are bringing goods pay money. The air ticketing, everybody, the airlines, they pay money. They will pay back. we take 50 billion, we look for people with money, institutional investors. Bila kuenda kwa dani, tutaenda kwa institutional investors who have money, both external and internal. And we partner. What in Kiingereza tunasema blended capital. And do that airport in 1 or 2 years. And then we start crowding in investment in this country. People start seeing Kenya as a serious investment destination. Who does not want that? And naysayers will always tell you government watakula. Kwani ni sisi ndio tunaweza kula, wao hawawezi kula? Why must we wait for them to be in leadership? And they have characters worse than some of us. Give us time, allow us space. We get these assets, optimize their value, and invest in our infrastructure. As I conclude, Kenya pipeline, we are again not selling, but we are releasing around 60-65% to you people and any other investor. We retain again 35 like we did with Safaricom. But that company will make more profits, and we are going to raise about 100 billion, which we can put in this fund and utilize to do major projects. We have listed across the country the roads that can be profitable across the country, including Migori and Homa Bay and everywhere else, and the rest of the country. We have listed energy projects. We have listed irrigation. Let me give you this example. Today, Kenya, for food security, out of analysis and assessment, Kenya requires about 10 million to 15 million more bags of maize every year. Beyond the rain-fed agriculture. Now sample this. Galana Kulalu, which we are now harvesting out of the 1,500 acres, 1,500 acres. Galana Kulalu, if we do the dam, we will irrigate 200,000 acres. And that dam costs 40 billion, 30 to 40 billion. And we can irrigate 200,000 acres. Each acre produces between 30 and 35 bags per one harvest. And you do 2 harvests in a year. That is between 60 and 70. Even if you take the lower, that is 60. And you multiply by 200,000 acres, that is 12 million bags. You have already sorted the food situation in the country. Who does not want that? And we need only between 30 and 40. Even if you take 40 billion, will come out of this infrastructure fund. And by the way, Galana Kulalu, the investors are already just around. They want us to invest, and then they come and invest their money and produce food for this country. That is the way we should be thinking. And we can release some of the fertile areas like Ketale, where we are growing maize. We release that area for coffee and tea and export and get foreign exchange